Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. In the last episode, we got the body slam after we complete the energy hold. And in this episode and the next episode, it's gonna be largely filled with side quest stuff because now that we have the body slam, and among other, and for that matter, the whole drill thing, there's actually a slew of things we can do, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do them. Not really too necessary. No, well, I guess there are gonna be a few good things we're gonna get in the next couple of episodes that are actually worth getting. But it's more just sort of showing off different things that you can do with the body slam and the drill thing, and just especially the whole beans. I'm going to be getting a lot of beans because, you know, a little bit of extra stat boost right now. Why not? You know, I'm clearly, according to how well I did against Wisdom, I'm clearly not overpowered enough yet. So why not get more overpowered? Especially because I'm going to be focusing a lot of the beans on Mario and Luigi. The other reason besides the whole stat argument that I gave last time is that another argument I came up with, I just thought of is the gauntlet. Later in the game, I'm gonna have to do the gauntlet, and you know, giving extra beans to Mario and Luigi just means that's less levels you need to do to be able to, you know, complete the gauntlet very well. So you may as well do that. You may as well just give them the beans because then, you know, it'll just make the gauntlet easier. And Bowser doesn't really have any major battle challenges like that. I'm not really too worried about Bowser's stats being that bad. Although I'm gonna give him a few anyway, just for fairness' sake, because Bowser shouldn't be left out anyway. And we failed the scratch card. As you saw, I bought a peace ring. This is basically what nurse socks are for Luigi. It will give you 15 health, I believe it's 15 health back every turn, at the start of every turn. So I think you probably get a slight bit more from the vampire band I have. Because 8%, I think I have enough HP right now where 8% is a bit more. It's probably about like 16, 17 at this point for 8% of my health. So it might give you more health back, but this frees you up to use special attacks and fire while still getting health back. So I think overall, you end up gaining. Anyway, as you guys can see, I am back in the challenge node. You know what this means, guys. This means we're doing yet another, well, we're actually going to check out the gauntlet because there is a new one. Obviously, we beat Wisdom, and Wisdom's going to be level 3 in the gauntlet. I don't really know why I show this, but for thoroughness' sake, I'm just like, hey, look, you can go to class 3 now, it's 800 coins, blah, 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 you have 18 turns to do it, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, we'll be showing up the gauntlet at the end of the game. Another thing I decided I'm going to show off at the end of the game, I'm going to go with Mario and Luigi, probably while I'm actually leveling up for the gauntlet. And I'm going to go fight every single type of Bowser enemy that you can have Mario and Luigi, because I'm going to try to avoid them for now. They tend to be a bit bulky and tough, so I don't really want to fight them and show them off now. But because I should probably show them off and how you dodge their attacks and all that stuff, I'm going to show them off thoroughly in a little like enemy montage thing, which I'm going to do for leveling. I also have a couple other ideas of what I'm going to do with the whole level up process. That might actually end up being an interesting idea, but more on that in the future. In the meantime, we have Super Bouncer's Cholesteroad Challenge, which is the easiest one in the game because it's like, I think it's 30, and it really doesn't ever get that much tougher than this. You just sort of make sure that Luigi's on top, and that's all you do. And that was a very weird sentence. Yeah, so there's 10 of these, then 10 more, it's 30. That's all you do, 30. Like, I could probably do 50 of these if I really tried, but obviously I'm going to try not to do that many. 30, in my opinion, this is by far the easiest sort of Cholesteroad / Madam Broke challenges in the game. It's just extremely. I really feel like they could have really upped the cap a little bit to make it a bit tougher, but they didn't. And you know what? I'm okay with this. And ironically, arguably one of the best items you can get from these challenges is the one you get from this one. So. I don't know, coincidental that they made the best item the easiest one to get. Well, it's not the best item. I know there's other ones that are pretty good. And in case I didn't mention, you do get a really good item for completing all of the challenges. But for Madam Broke, you get a really good item for Bowser, and then completing one of these, you complete all of these, you get a really good item for either Mario or Luigi. Obviously, you can only equip to one of them because there's 2 bros and 1 set of equipment. They don't give you 2 pieces of equipment because that would be that. Well, I guess they technically could, but they don't. Not that it matters because there are actually better items you can use for Mario and Luigi. For Bowser, I forget if there is a better item. That might actually be his best item in the game. But for Mario and Luigi, that definitely is something I'd rather put on than the item that would be getting from the whole challenge. But in the meantime, and I accidentally screwed up there, wow. Made it to rank A though, you get Dizzy Boots. In the meantime though, I'll definitely, you know, equip the item we get from this until we can get the other one. Although, I don't remember, actually yeah, we should actually be able to get it decently soon, now that I think about it. There's only, I think, 2 more challenges left, if I remember correctly, because we're actually getting, there's not going to be too many new special attacks, and a lot of the new special attacks that we're going to be getting in the future are going to be ones that do not have a Cholesteroad challenge associated to them. So, in the end, we might actually be getting decently close to being done. Kind of interesting. Anyways, this is also available now. I'm not sure exactly when this showed up. I think just whenever you do one of these, one of those block challenges, I think this finally shows up in here. But there's a 99 block challenge. It's basically one of these things. If you can get 99 of these in a row, you can double your coins. But who cares about coins? We're rich enough. So I'm just gonna give this a try, just for shits and giggles. And if I fail, then we're just gonna move on with our lives because you don't get anything but coins. And who cares about coins? So while this is going on, though, I should probably talk about the item we did get from the Cholesteroad challenge, the Dizzy Boots. These are freaking awesome. What they do is they power up your jump attack, not with actual power, but they make your jump have a chance of causing the dizzy status to a foe. So basically, I equip it to Mario. If I jump on a foe, and the majority of the foes you're gonna be jumping on, there's very few foes that you're forced to use the hammer on. And obviously when we're going for bosses, so impacting the special attacks is not that big of a deal. But if you jump on a foe, you can make them dizzy, and thus they won't attack you. And thus, you know, in the long run, it saves HP, because then you can stun enemies just by jumping on them and doing damage, which is really nice. So, overall, definitely a good idea to pick those up. They will save you some trouble on occasion when you jump on enemies, and you kill them, or you don't kill them, but you stun them, and then they can't kill you. And then everyone's happy, the end. So now I'm going to head to Toad Town, because I'm not done side questing yet. Because as you noticed last time, I reached Shine Rank last time. Although also, another thing I can do here, while I'm here, is I can get the rest of these mushroom balls, because the remaining 6 are all hidden underground. So basically, where's this one? This one's kind of in a weird spot, and it's somewhere over here. There it is. There. I saw a question. Where? Yeah, I apparently didn't completely miss that one. There we go. Totally. Kind of a bit of an odd one, I guess. That one I always have trouble finding for some strange reason. But, anyways, so there's 6 more of these. There's 3 on each half. Yeah, there's the other one here. And then we'll be able to get the prize from this, which is decently useful, but it's not the most useful thing in the world. It can be helpful for a certain couple of things coming up in the future, though, so I do recommend you grab it now. It's a good idea to get it now, because you can technically use it for something good in the future, although, because I'm level 18, I actually won't need to get it. More details on that when it actually comes into play. I'll kind of explain more when we actually get the item. But the other thing we can do here, since I was in the middle of that, is I reached level 18 last time, so I reached Shine Rank. Now, once you reach Flower Rank, you've actually gotten the max number of pieces of equipment you can get on Mario and Luigi. So what Shine Rank and Star Rank do is they allow you access to better equipment shops. In this case, the one right there with the little shine thing in front of it. I'll visit that after I finish this whole mushroom ball side quest thingy, Bombobber. But we'll be able to actually get better equipment, and it's just gonna, you know, in general, it's a pretty good idea. It's pretty nice to actually have that shop open, you know, just sort of stack up better equipment, and that's really what happens. So you don't get more equipment, you just get better equipment, because I don't think that, unlike Bowser, the shops don't really upgrade in this game. Like, you have the Toad Town shop, that stays the same the entire game. Then you have the one in here, the normal one, which has, you know, a set amount of items. Then the Shine one has better items, and then the Star one has even better items. If I didn't actually mention it, by the way, you actually can upgrade your, you can actually upgrade to a higher rank than that. I think there's Rainbow Rank and there's Final Boss Rank for Bowser. I'll show those off post-game, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get to a high enough level to get that. I mean, even on my original run way back when I didn't, like, when I wasn't so stingy with fighting enemies, I don't even think I reached the rank back then. In fact, I didn't even realize it existed until I did some research on the game. So, those will actually unlock, I believe they unlock certain items when you reach that rank, and I think if you talk to someone or something or other happens. I'll show that off in an extra video, because I don't think it's going to happen here. So I'm kind of expecting, just, you know, the normal max ranks, you know, Star Rank, and, you know, the ones that actually show up in the little, like, image when you level up, Star Rank, and whatever, and I won't spoil the one that comes down for Bowser, although, actually, you know, it's Silver Boss, so obviously the final one's gonna be Golden Boss Rank, so really not that hard. And also we leveled up our stash enough to get a level up in this, ironically, in dear customers, yes. And as you can see, we actually can get Bombware, which is much better than both our other items. It gives an extra 3 defense over the Heroware, which is a lot of extra defense. So definitely worth getting. As opposed to these items, Special Socks are interesting because you can get SP back, but I don't recommend them because you definitely we're gonna find something next episode where that completely trumps those SP Socks. Just slight spoilers, so don't worry about them now. Siphon Boots might be interesting. I'm just gonna buy them for now because, like the Vampire Band, like I was explaining earlier with Bowser, 5%, a set amount of HP, as opposed to something that's percentage-wise. The percentage one is eventually going to way surpass that, so even though I'm recovering like 4 HP a turn now, and this is only 5%, so I think, it's about even with the Nurse Socks right now, And it's also going to be trumped by an item we're going to get in the future. But for so the Nurse Socks is still slightly better for now, just so you can have freedom to pick, whatever move you would like to do, so you don't have to always be jumping. But eventually in the future, the Siphon Boots might be able to give more HP overall, so when that time comes, I'm definitely going to equip them. It's also not a bad idea necessarily to equip both Nurse Socks and Siphon Boots. You equip socks and boots on a character. Obviously, you can have socks and boots on a person, so it makes sense that you can do that. So you might want to do both if you want like an extra tanky HP recovery with Luigi, who gains both from both at the start of the turn and after jumping he can gain HP from both. Not a bad idea to do that. I'm gonna keep the Happy Charm on him from now. Basically, if you have to choose 2 items for Luigi, I would say Nurse Socks, Siphon Boots, or Happy Charm. The first 2 obviously being for like a sort of HP recovery tanky role, and then the Happy Charm is there to basically boost his luck with his naturally high stash stat. You'll be able to get lots of lucky hits, and it'll help Luigi do actual damage. So it's really a trade-off between the two. I mean, do you want extra tankiness by having the Nurse Socks and the Siphon Boots, or do you want this Happy Charm to give extra damage? Maybe later in the game when enemies start hitting even harder, I might switch up to even a more defensive sort of style, but for now I'm going to keep it like this. I'm happy with the amount of HP recovery Luigi has, especially because we're actually going to be getting an upgrade to that in a little bit anyway. So we're not going to really need both, as you're going to see. But for now, as you can see what I'm doing at sometimes, I'm just sort of roaming around Toad Town collecting all the beans. You can't get all of them yet because those blow-orbed toads are actually going to be blocking a lot of them. There's actually one, you can barely even see that one over there. But we got a lot of them from the mushroom ball side quest, as you see, and there's a lot of other ones we can collect around here as well. I'm also going to collect ones in the Toad Town caves and a very small few in Blubble Lake. I'm going to get the rest in Blubble Lake next episode. And after that, I'm going to stop the whole beans for a while until the next Mario and Luigi section. I'm just sort of getting the beans in the sections we've already been to with Mario and Luigi, or that are sort of nearby with Mario and Luigi. So that's my plan for getting beans. I'll get all the rest of the beans in a later videos, basically, because I'm not gonna go to all the. I mean, even though you can technically access the other areas now, we're gonna have to head down there eventually anyway to get stuff. And I don't want to go and head. I don't want to head over there now, especially because the enemies might be a bit slightly strong for the point we are with Mario and Luigi now. So yeah, like I said, heading down the Toad Town caves, I'm gonna get all the ones here because there's no reason not to get these ones. They're just, we're not gonna ever return here anyway. So like I said, this one, Blubble Lake, and there's also a couple other things in Blubble Lake that are actually worth getting with Mario and Luigi at this point in the game. So I do recommend doing that as well, just to get a couple interesting items. And you'll see what I mean when we actually get to the Blubble Lake section in this video. But for now, we're stuck in the Toad Town cave. So while we're doing more bean stuff, I'm gonna take this opportunity to get hit by a Fawflant. Freaking Fawflants, get out of my face. But I'm gonna take this opportunity to quickly talk about the item we got from the Mushroom Ball thing. I completely blanked for 2 seconds there. As you saw, the grand prize of the Mushroom Ball thing was treasure specs. Now this is very much like the treasure, well, it's not actually that much like the treasure item from Partners in Time, because that one, you had to kill enemies with bro items in order for them to always drop items. This one just, I believe, doubles the chance that they're going to drop items. And this can be useful because there are a few bosses and a few enemies that actually drop actual equipment. And some of the equipment's decently good. There's actually the next boss we're going to fight, I guess slight spoilers, but the next boss we're going to fight with Mario and Luigi actually does drop a certain piece of clothing. And that might be worth, if you're not Shine Rank and you don't have Bombware, it's actually worth picking up, but I do think the Bombware slightly outclasses that. I'm still going to try to get it anyway, but if I don't, I'll just explain what it does. It's actually a pretty good piece of equipment. It's almost even tempting to equip over the Bombware because it does give other stats besides defense. But it's examples like that. It's reasons like that why completing the Mushroom Ball section and getting the treasure specs is a good idea, because then it'll make getting those more interesting pieces of clothing and equipment that are only dropped by enemies that much easier to get, because double item drop chance means double the chance of getting that item. And that's always a good thing. So as you can see, we only have 23 in Toad Town. We have 10 of the Toad Town caves. I'm actually going to pick up a few Blubble Lake ones, and then we'll go on a bean-eating fiesta, because there's really no reason to eat them now. I'll just eat them all at once. So let's just go ahead and get out of here as quickly as possible, and then we'll head back into Blubble Lake, and then we'll get all the stuff there. And then there's just one other thing I want to do to wrap up this video. I know, guys, it's side quest videos, like not the most exciting thing in the world, But, you know, we have to get these beans eventually, and I might as well spread it out throughout the LP as opposed to, you know, having just like 3 episodes in a row of only getting beans. And, you know, the earlier you get the beans, the more you can make use out of the stat boosts. So really, there's really no reason you don't want to get these. It makes sense that you'd want to go ahead and, you know, grab the good stuff while they actually, you know, can be as helpful as possible. So, which is why I'm heading over here and grabbing the beans, and then I'll be getting more of them next episode. Next episode, there's actually going to be a couple interesting side quest stuff that you might not necessarily even know about, because it's slightly, I wouldn't say hidden, but it's a bit weird how you go ahead and get a couple of these items, and you'll definitely you'll see what I'm talking about next time. But for now, there's I believe there's a bean over, yeah, there's a bean right here, and then there's one other bean we're going to need to get. What? What? I was underground. You know, I was totally, completely, totally underground. As you can see, by the way, I did actually show off because the small shell, it doesn't, if you're stunned, it won't actually negate your effect because it negates all the damage. It won't actually stop you from being stunned as well. So that's the downside of wearing the small shell. Otherwise, pretty good item though. And then as you saw there, there's an example of the dizzy boots causing someone to be dizzy. So it does have a pretty high rate of actually working. So I've noticed it actually, you know, it does make a very noticeable impact. It's not like, oh, 1% of the time you'll be doing dizzy stats. No, it's more like, I'd say almost like 10% maybe. Maybe a little lower than that, maybe a little higher. I don't know. Ballpark estimate, I guess. But now I have all the beans. And by the way, as you saw, we got our first pipe. A scare throughout the world is going to be a bunch of pipes, basically. I'm going to give two of these HP ones, and then I'm going to give the rest of the Mario and Luigi, because Bowser doesn't need that much extra HP. As you see, he does have, you know, a bit more over, you know, he has double the HP Mario does. So, like I said last time, you know, the bros do get a lot more out of the HP beans than Bowser does, and same with the power as well. But for SP, I'm going to spread it out evenly. SP is not going to be that big of a deal for the gauntlet anyway, because I think I'll have enough SP to really do what I need to do. So I'm not too worried about that either. Anyway, like I was saying though, there are pipes scattered throughout the world that will end up becoming shortcuts to Pipe Yard. So there's actually 2 of them in Blubble Lake. I showed that off a little bit when I first entered the Pipe Yard. So now we actually have the first Blubble Lake pipe unlocked. We're actually going to work on getting the second one next time, which is pretty interesting. I'm just going to quickly go ahead and heal up, and then we're going to move back to Bowser, do one last little thing before I finish off the episode here. Just showing off one little extra thing of Body Slam before I go on. There's that one little panel we saw a few episodes back. And I might as well go ahead and heal up, because when you actually increase your HP and SP, it doesn't actually fill in. It just gives you an extra max HP SP, but doesn't actually fill in the missing value. So I was technically a few ones down. And I don't mind spending 10 coins to fix that, because 10 coins at this point was just petty pocket change. Really, completely, totally unnecessary. But anyway, I'm going to quickly head over here with Bowser, because I want to go ahead and fight this guy accidentally. But this ends up being a good thing, because as you're going to see in a second here, we actually end up, oh, by the way, these guys can have the Bihas, so they can actually heal other enemies, just in case you were wondering. But we end up fighting one of these zoos. This guy is it a Lakitu King or a Glam Lakitu? I forget which one's which. But you inhale him, make sure you inhale him on the turn he appears, or else he's going to run away. And then he's going to go over here. Now you have 1 turn each of Mario and Luigi to finish him off before he runs away. So what you want to do is basically bring out your best attacks possible. Which in this case is going to be Super Bouncers. So we're just going to, and don't worry, the crown in his head's not going to stop the Super Bouncers. It's not going to pop your balls. But you want to take this guy down as quickly as possible. So I mean, there's no reason not to use special attacks here. We can always go heal up the lost SP anyway. And Super Bouncers, in case I didn't mention, this isn't because of the Dizzy Boots. Super Bouncers actually do cause the Dizzy stats as well. So now we have both the Super Bouncers and the Dizzy Boots to cause the Dizzy stats. Mario is going to be making everyone dizzy. And Super Bouncers, once again, such a powerful, powerful attack. We take him down, and the merit from taking him down, I mean, we get a little bit of extra XP, and we get an item. You can only get coin boots that we just got from those enemies. So I'm not sure what the drop rate is. I don't know if I got really lucky there to get it, because I didn't have the treasure specs on. Probably should have left them on just in case for situations like this, because you never know. It might not be a bad idea to actually have them on. But I happened to get them. And they're a pretty decent item. Well, they're not that decent, but basically they're like the Dizzy Boots, except instead of causing dizzy status, when you jump on someone, it'll make them drop extra coins. And at the moment, I don't really need extra coins. So in the end, it's kind of a useless item, but it's nice to have gotten it. I can show it off, you know, it's still an item in the game. So pretty cool that I got to be able to do that. Anyway, one last thing we're going to do with Bowser, I'm going to quickly show off what these panels do, because now we have Body Slam, we can actually activate these. Unfortunately, they're nothing special. All they do is they'll just give you an item or coins. You just have the Body Slam on the appropriate item you want. I'm just going to go ahead and just get a little bit of extra coinage, just because I don't really particularly need any of those other items. But with that, guys, this is LuckySevenDX signing out. In the next episode, we're going to do a little bit of story progression, so don't worry, we're going to get back to the story soon enough. We're actually going to be heading to the next area, but along the way, I'm going to go pick up a couple side quests that Bowser can access, as well as one that Mario and Luigi can access, but we need Bowser to be in a very certain spot for it. So you'll see what I mean next time. So yeah, stay tuned, guys.